And howdy doody. Here we are. It's just going to be me tonight. Dad didn't get a kitchen pass. He was supposed to do his chores and didn't, so his kitchen pass got revoked. But let's say hi to who we got here in the chat. TJ made it first. You're welcome, buddy. I had to find the stickers first, was the problem. Now we got John Coopy, Jim Stroning, Eat More Possum, and we have Yellow Rose Drone in the house, and Lee McCready. Now, before we get started, first things first. And I don't know if you guys have heard it yet or not, but Lee, Yellow Rose Drone, lost his wife over the weekend. My sincerest condolences to you, Lee. I'm sorry, so sorry for your loss. Everybody just keep Lee in your thoughts and prayers for the next few days. He's going through some rough times right now. So I hope I didn't put you too much on the spot here, Lee, but I am truly sorry for your loss. So, and Mike Rennick in the house. So, why do I have this stupid background going on here? Well, we're going to have to we reveal of the new back wall in my cave studio, whatever you want to call it. So, if y'all are ready, I'm going to turn this over. Where's the background? There it is. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and boom. I've done some decorating. So, Northside Hawk, hello. He's on the phone, so don't be offended if he doesn't tag you. So, anyhow, yeah, that's the AR wing, and then there's the Optera 1.2 meter. One of these days, I'm going to get the 2 meter beast. And actually, this t-shirt's going to get replaced with a poster, but I haven't got the poster yet. Which reminds me, merchandise is back online. And got this little nugget to share. Where to go? Just in time for football season, I can offer the Lone Star UAV team jersey. Available on my Teespring. Follow the link. I'll put a link in the chat too. What's backwards? So anyhow, yeah, no, that is, I guess everything is backwards, huh? Well, this is right way. Anyhow, let me mirror my camera. Does that look better? Are you happy now? I gotta figure out. Okay, I'm still there and there. Okay. So yeah, that's new. It's in the merchandise store. The Teespring link is on my homepage, and I suppose I can find one more too. So There have been couple new product announcements. Insta360 is coming out with a new camera on the 14th. And then we got DJI coming out with another camera. We'll talk about that in a bit. And Autel is coming up with a new product. They call it a team jersey, Jim. I don't know if it's hockey or football, but I made it look as official as possible. Was whatever I have influence on. So, but our main topic for the evening is going to be the Avada, the DJI Avata, and the Goggles too. And let's just say the Avada is great. The Goggles, yeah, not so much. It's been an experience. Okay, here's the link to the t-shirt store. So if anybody's interested, I've got a few. Well, shoot, let me do this. So we got merchandise. Come and get it. Yeah, GoPro really I haven't seen anything officially from GoPro. But I met up with Kelly and Chris, aka Sunrise Water Media, yesterday in Austin to fly some FPV, and I got to fly the Avada. I got to experience the goggles, and I have some words of caution for everybody on that. So, anyhow, Jim's using Avada was the V2s is probably the smartest thing you can do. But so I got to fly it. The Avada flies like you would expect from a DJI FPV drone. Actually, it flies better than the first go around. It responds well. The only kicker was, so where we were flying was an old historic farmhouse and barn. And the barn is open to where you can fly in and actually fly into the barn. Well, I'm flying into the barn, and all of a sudden the low battery kicks in and return to home kicks in. And I'm inside the barn, and this thing just wants to shoot straight up to it wants to go through the roof straight up to its set return to home height. And I'm just yanking down on the stick, trying to keep it from going up. And eventually it stopped, and I got it back out and flew it back to where we were. But it was an interesting experience. John, would you like to join me here? Because I know you got some good experience with the Avada too. Let me do this. Copy that. Okay. Whoever wants to join in, join in. We'll make this an open mic kind of thing. Now, I have a 3-inch whoop right there. So I know how whoops fly, and this was actually one of my first quads. Actually, it was my second quad. The Beetle was my first, and this thing was my second. Anyway, and DVUAVP, morning, afternoon, evening. Trying to order that shirt, not opening? What's not opening? Hang on. Copy. We'll do this again. So, the page not responding. That's a Teespring thing, but let's see. Does it do anything on my end? That's weird. Teespring store is a little finicky at times. I know that for a fact. All right. You being weird. All right. Well, yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing here. And I wonder why it won't let me do nothing. Yep, I'll have to look back into that later. All right, now. So, anyhow, so I got to experience the goggles. The thing with the goggles is, let me grab my V2s here. When you put the goggles on, at least that was my problem. And I know was everybody saying that it hits your nose. Yes, it hits your nose, but let me put it here from the side. When the goggles are sitting like that, I can't see anything at the bottom. I got to kick the bottom up to see the bottom side of the screen, the bottom end of the screen, which is where they put all the OSD stuff. So, with the regular goggles, and I know I'm not the only one that has that problem. With the regular goggles, no, what's the new goggles? Some needs to happen with that face foam thing. Jim, sent me your email, and I'll figure out what's going on. I'll let you know when it's fixed. It's at lonestaruav@gmail.com, and I'll figure out a way to make this happen. I don't know what's going on. Teespring sometimes gets a little finicky. But one way to deal with that issue is by zooming the screen in. So you actually zoom it down to 80%, which is kind of stupid because your 1080p is now 860 64, I believe it is. You might as well stay with the V2 goggles, the A10s, and you get to see the whole thing. Yes, the picture quality is amazing for the OLED, no doubt about it. But the fitting issue is a non-starter for me. The other thing that nobody really has talked about, I dug through the menus, which that little touchpad thingy, I'm not all that impressed with that. I like the 5-way joystick we had on the V1s, V2s better, but I mean, it's you get used to it. Either way, I dug all through the menus. I could not find anywhere where you could adjust the megabits from 50 down to 25. So this thing is on 3 channels, channels 1, 2, and 3. And if you got somebody else there with another set of FPV goggles, if you're flying in a group, this is going to be an issue because you will be stepping all over each other. And, you know, they've got this thing auto where it finds a channel, but when you first plug in, I think it defaults to channel 1. Because we had almost 3 of us. I was on FV50. Kelly was on FV50. And Sunrise was on our Race Band 2 on analog. And we were stepping all over each other. And I mean, we were a couple of feet apart, but it was I actually have Drone Will Fly. This is what I did. I just bought these. Did a little upgrading on the antennas. Got a little different strap for it, but I want to have possibility to switch back over. And actually, yes, I've routed these before I've done any of the updates. Meaning I actually routed them because you have to be on the 1.06, 0.0666, whatever that thing is. To route them was WTF FPV. And then you actually have to, switch them over to the DJI FPV and then plug them back into the FPV Assistant or DJI Assistant FPV Edition and upgrade the firmware. And the newest one is 1.03. And then you do that. And when you do that update, after you do that update, where you had the choice to switch over from DJI FPV to FPV digital, now it offers you FPV digital and DJI Avata. Same when you go back into FPV digital for the Vistas and Air Units, you now have the choice to switch to DJI FPV or DJI Avata. And because I routed mine before I did any of that, I still have that root access in there. So once you go past the newer firmware for the V2s, they put a lock in where you can't root them anymore. So if the routing is not an issue for you, I mean, then no worries. Just if you had plans of routing, then yeah, you should have routed them before you do any of the firmware updates. How much better is the G2 to the V2? It is better. It's OLED, and there is it's a crisper picture, no doubt about it. But not being able to see the OSD at the bottom of the screen is pretty much worthless. You zoom in to 80% so you can see everything, and then you're running on, what is that? I think it's 864. 1080. That's 0.8. Yeah, so you got 864, and the V2 goggles are 810. So 810 is 810. So anyhow, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the V2s for now. I'm sure there's gonna be. It's only a matter of time for an aftermarket manufacturer to step up and going to come up with a foam somebody's going to come up with a foam that's where you can use shims and what have you to make those goggles work for you. Until then, again, the fitment, and I don't know if any of y'all saw John's piece earlier about the goggles. If you haven't, go to John Coopy's channel and watch his experiences with it. It's worth watching. The screens look about the same size as the V2s, and I mean it's weird. So if you look at the specs, the V2 goggles have 2-inch screens on. The G2 goggles, new ones, have only 1/2-inch screens on them. But because they're that much closer to your eye, you really can't tell the difference. It was one of my concerns. Will the new goggle be like the analog fat charts where you put the goggles on and it looks like you're looking at a 30-inch TV down a 30-foot hallway? A lot of the analog goggles, when you look at them, they have a very small picture and looks like it's a ways away. And I actually tried to fly the analog goggles from Sunrise on yesterday, but yeah, that wasn't happening. I could not see anything in those things. So, yeah, I think, is Matt in the house now too? Oh, yep, Matty Strongworld, there he is, old Matt. Yeah, man, the issue is your eyeball needs to be at a certain distance to that lens because the way the optics are in that thing. You can't be too far out. It just, for me, it just needs to kick up at the bottom to be able to see everything. And then you get that vignetting. They push too much in there. Yeah, Matt, you've got a big test coming up. He's taking his 107 test. Was it on Saturday? So, we'll keep our fingers crossed for you on that one too, buddy. And yes, I need to go get mine too. But Saturday at 2:30. So everybody keep a man in your thoughts and prayers, and he'll make it. I'm sure he will. Oh, apparently Matt takes too many breaks. But anyhow, yeah, no, the goggles, I don't know what to think of. At this point, it's a hard no for me. I was just glad I was able to try them out. With, I mean, the price tag, and now, I mean, you got to buy the real controller to go with it too, if you ever want to fly it in manual. I only flew it was the FPV controller. I did not fly it was the motion stick or joystick or whatever the heck you want to call that thing. No dice on that. So, I mean, now you have to combo the controller, the fly more, and I mean, next thing you're looking at $2,000 for that thing, and I don't see $2,000 worth of anything there. The craft itself is what, $630. So for $630, and then I think that's one battery. So then you have a couple batteries, and you at a grand for that. I'm not quite seeing that either. So, man, the compatibility was I don't see that happening. I seriously do not see that happening. DJI is going to tell you the V2s can be switched over to FPV digital, where you can fly your Air Units and Vistas, and you can switch it to the Avata, and you can switch them to the FPV. That's your all-around goggle right there. I don't think I hope I'm wrong. I seriously hope I'm wrong, but I don't see that happening. So start out with a ProTech 35. That might not be that might not be a bad idea. I'm actually kind of eyeing they will sell the G2 goggles separately at some point. They're already priced at $569 on what did I see them on Get FPV, I believe, as a pre-order. Yep, here we go. $569 pre-order. So they will be sold separately. Only a matter of when. So, but half drone will fly. Yeah. Howdy, feller. I didn't even say hello to you yet, have I? How rude. How rude. So and then I got this little nugget in the mail today. This must be the Action 3 that's coming our way. So September 14th, which is next Wednesday. We're releasing stuff on a Wednesday now? DJI, you getting weirder by the day. No, Matt, the goggles are going to run the new Air Unit. The new goggles will run the new Air Unit. I don't think they're going to be the old Air Units and old Vistas. Yeah. Hopefully that'll be the Goggles 3 that fixes a couple of the issues that we are encountering. I mean, like ventilation on the lenses and better fitment, foam. The goggles are already laying on the shelf. If they're not selling as many of the Avadas as they thought, that's a way for people to get a head start. I mean, as of right now, the new goggles only work with the Avada. So my guess is the new goggles is Avada and then Mavic 3, Mini 3, and new Air Unit. And then the V2 goggles will be your Avada. I'm hoping that the V2s will be compatible with the new Air Unit. So, but then again, you know, DJI moves in mysterious ways. And again, this is all highly speculative on my part. I have no information on this whatsoever, but I don't foresee them making stuff backwards compatible. They're not really known for that. Well said. FPV community made a lot of noise, and well, let's hope they do it. Let's hope. Well, the downgrade at Mini 3 and Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 is extremely expensive. To me, cost prohibitive. I've got the Air 2S. You see the box up there. I got the Air 2S plus the RC Pro controller. I'm probably looking to do some Mini 3 for my next trip overseas, because flying under 250 is just the way to go in Europe anymore. So I want to get I'll probably get a Mini 3 for my next trip to Europe, which won't be till sometime next year. And then I'll see, is the obstacle avoidance actually necessary, or can we just go with a Mini 3 that doesn't have obstacle avoidance? I mean, I'm going to be flying, obstacle avoidance will not be necessary. And Harley FPV in the house. So, anywho, and since we're just touched on the subject of smart controller, looky what Autel is coming out with. Autel is coming with a smart controller, 6.3-inch OLED screen. According to this, first only for the Evo 2 V3, later for the Nano and Lite series. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but this looks pretty good, and it's a larger screen than the RC Pro, because they're 5.5 inch, so these are an inch larger. So Autel is trying to stay in the game, because apparently that's what everybody wants now, is controllers with built-in screens. And well, the Evo and the Evo 2 had a built-in screen, but I mean, it was tiny, 3-inch screen, but it would get you by in a pinch. And we got Mikey in the house. Howdy, Fly Zone Drones. So, yeah, but for this week, we need to keep an eye on Insta360 and DJI. Both each was new cameras. So that'll be our week this week. More cameras. So shall we make a guess at pricing? Better not, but I'm guessing the DJI Action 3 probably close to $500, and whatever Insta360 comes out was probably about the same. And Ben T is in the house. Howdy, Ben. I hope you get your car issues settled. Ben was supposed to meet us, but something, car issue, insurance issue, something. So, anyhow, so yeah, but I mean, I the Avada, flying the Avada is cool. It's not. I mean, it's a Cinewhoop. So Cinewhoop have the big frames, more susceptible to wind. Yep, I'm good with my old flywood chasers up there. I can tie, good action camera on that. And Fly Zone Drones is saying on the 15th, we're going to see the Hero 11. And a Session 6 is coming, so that would be good. Even though I must say I'm pretty happy with this little dude for FPV. Now the case that DJI sells for this thing, not so much. I did a crash was this case, and well, it didn't. It did what it's supposed to do. It protected the camera. So I guess that's all one can ask for. But at the bottom where this thing clips on, you can see the plastic got bent, and that made it difficult to attach at that point. So yeah, 11 mini. Who knows what 11 mini means? Here's John. Doing city whip jobs. I would buy a bottle for myself. So cool. Yeah, no, I'm with you. And that is, what the Avada is geared for is for the it's more for the professional crowd that they've been flying camera drones for a while, and now they're going to take this in. And it's like Ken Doble uses it for his real estate work. I can see where this comes in handy for. I mean, anyone that wants to promote restaurant. I mean, after the video aired from the bowling lane fly through, I mean, they're coming out of the woodworks now. Everybody's doing those videos, and that's what that thing is ideal for. And it's incredibly stable. You put it in the normal mode or sport mode, and you fly through. Of course, it makes a ruckus and a half, being a center whoop. Artco in the house. Howdy, Art. So, now it's what that thing is for. You do those fly throughs with it. It's incredibly stable. You fly for 5 minutes and you feel like you can punch through the smallest stuff off spaces. And I mean, we pushed that thing on there yesterday. It was fun. Yeah. DJI definitely did that. But I'm going to do it. I'll be the guy holding out and using my my flywood chasers, old school. I mean, that thing makes a ruckus and a half too, but it's got the 8-bladed props on it and 6S motors and 6S battery. It'll get you there. It's just it's noisy. Like any of the center whoops. So in closing, we have Insta360 releasing on the 14th. DJI releasing a camera on the 14th. GoPro releasing one on the 15th. $500 a pop. You know where your paycheck's going. Jumping back on out. Matt, you better get after it. Catch you on the next one. Have a good night. And good luck on Saturday. Yeah, the traditional center things are not going anywhere anytime soon. You're absolutely right about that. And I was actually, I already started listing that thing for sale, and then they come out with some new regulations and guarded props for anything over people. I'm like, yep, nope, not selling that no more. It's got a full air unit in it too. So 3-inch prop, full air unit, DJI Osmo Action on the front. Does it for me. But I'm not a professional photographer. So yep, the P16 is right there. And we have the That is my, what you call it? It's, shoot. Catalyst Machine Works 4-inch shocker. That's what that thing is called. It's a shocker. And then, let's see, that is the Diatone 35. That's the heavy model 35. There's the Beetle. Then there is the Flywheel Explorer, the Shocker 5-inch, and the iFlight 5-inch Dead Cat Titan. So, well, yeah, and yeah, you definitely need to fly it more, but you know, keep your wife out of wrecks, and then you can fly more. Yep, the P16 is digital, and it is a fun little quad with what's that, 40 mil props on it. It's just fun to fly. I've upgraded the camera to the Nano Pro, or the Nebular Pro Nano. That's what that thing is called. Yeah, Ben, don't. Careful how you word that, okay? I don't want to be on her bad side. Don't need to be on her bad side. And that's exactly what that thing is for. Small, tight quarters, fly through. We just ran out of time yesterday, or it got too blessed hot, or I would have broke out the P16 because that little barn has little gaps between the boards that you could punch through. So, anyway, I need to figure out a different way to mount my camera because every time I bump my desk, the camera starts bouncing. So, we'll work on that. Anywho, yeah, that's about all I've got for today. Again, the merchandise is out there, but I don't know why it is not working. But hold on. We do have, well, now it's coming up. Let's see. Okay, Jim Stroning, try this again now, because actually I'm going to send you a link straight. I'm going to copy that. Here's the link to the jersey. And it's actually also available in white, but you have to go back to the home page to get to the white listing. There's a white listing too. And now that thing ain't pulling up. What the heck's going on here? That really kind of stinks. Let's see. Does it pull up now? Nope, still not. I'll flip my screen. Read that again. So anyhow. You know, why is this showing up backwards? What the hell? Huh. So I'm looking at my screen here on the StreamYard, and it shows everything to be in the right. That's weird, but hey, I can fix that too. Hold on to your bridges. Now, for today, it's just going to be backwards, I guess. And hold on, I'll fix that. Transform, flip, vertical. Huh. I won't do it. Huh. Start cam. All right. Let's try this again. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that and that and see what this does. I won't do it. Hey, Chris. No, I'm doing well. I'm back in the saddle, brother. Back in the saddle. Yeah, Paige is having trouble. I'm having trouble. Everybody's having trouble. See? Let's see. I can do this. Nope, that don't work worth a hoot, does it? Can we do just that? Nope. It's gonna be infinity. Well, that didn't do it. Oh, well. I will get the camera direction fixed by next time. I have no idea why this thing is not wanting to flip. Weird. All sorts of weirdness going there. All right, well, I know how to do my homework. Next time we're going to be the right way again. For today, we'll just all a little backwards. But yeah, so Dad Random couldn't make it tonight. He didn't get a kitchen pass. He didn't do his chores, and Mama revoked the kitchen pass. So we'll get him probably next time. We'll be probably again. I probably do one next Tuesday. I'll probably do a stream next Tuesday just to round up all these cameras that are supposed to be coming out this week. See if there's anything worthwhile. And AZ Drone Dude, welcome. But unfortunately, we're going to wrap this up now. So we'll, again, if you wouldn't mind, hit the thumbs up thingy on the way out. I appreciate it. I'm what? Temporarily accurate, but dimensionally inaccurate. Now that's deep, dude. That's deep. Do I need to smoke something now, or? Well, never mind. So, again, thank you all for coming, stopping in, listen to me babbling on for now. We shall see you next Tuesday. With all these cameras coming out, I'm sure I'm going to have something to say about it. Go watch Physics Girl. That sounds like bad. Well, never mind. Anyhow, so yeah, Jim, send me an email. I'm going to keep an eye on this Teespring thing. It might just be their servers crapping out. I mean, they do that quite frequently. So I'm looking one more time here, see if anything comes up. That's just weird. But anyhow, TJ is going to be the last one in and first one in and last one out, apparently. So we'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, y'all have a good night. Appreciate you stopping by. And till Tuesday, till next week.